Harvard researchers recently uncovered something that completely changes how we think about aging. They found that certain movements can measurably reverse biological age by as much as 19 years. And one of these movements takes less than 1 minute to perform. This isn't motivational fitness talk or internet hype. This is laboratory-measured science. Blood biomarkers shifted. Cellular aging slowed. And the most surprising part, these results occurred in adults who were already experiencing stiffness, weakness, balance problems, and loss of confidence in daily movement. As a surgeon, I've spent decades watching people accept aging as irreversible. They believe that once strength fades, it's gone forever. Once balance declines, it never returns. Once mobility slips, independence slowly disappears. That belief is deeply ingrained and completely wrong. Aging doesn't progress evenly across the body. It accelerates when muscles stop activating fully, when nerves lose efficiency, and when joints stop receiving the signals they need to stay alive. That's when people feel old. Not because of years lived, but because critical systems quietly shut down. What scientists discovered is that when older adults perform very specific movements, not long workouts, not exhausting cardio, but targeted exercises, something extraordinary happens. Dormant muscle fibers reactivate. Nerve-to-muscle communication improves. Inflammatory markers fall. Even biological aging clocks, the same ones used in longevity research, slowed down or reverse entirely. Walking alone didn't produce these effects. General activity didn't either. Only precise exercises triggered this response. What shocked researchers most was how simple these movements were. No gym, no machines, no exhaustion, just deliberate actions designed to reignite muscles, joints, and nerves simultaneously. In clinical trials, participants showed better balance, quicker reflexes, stronger legs, and renewed confidence. Some regained abilities doctors once believed were permanently lost. In this video, I'll discover 5 science-backed exercises that target the root causes of aging. Rank from least powerful and stay until number 3, because it activates the strongest age-reversing response researchers have ever recorded from exercise alone. The studies are linked below. Before we begin, comment your age and the physical change that concerns you most. We read and reply to every comment. Let's start with number 5. Exercise almost everyone underestimates, yet science shows it quietly turns aging backward. Exercise number 5. Wall sits. Wall sits may look simple, but what happens inside your body during this exercise is nothing short of a cellular transformation. When you slide your back down a wall and hold a seated position, your muscles enter an isometric contraction, constant tension without movement. This creates a rare metabolic environment that floods your body with growth hormone at levels up to 200% higher than traditional exercises. And this isn't a brief spike. The elevation lasts for up to 48 hours, supporting cellular repair long after you finish. A University of British Columbia study had adults over 50 perform wall sits for just 2 minutes, 3 times per week. After 10 weeks, participants showed arterial flexibility equivalent to people 20 years younger, essentially reversing 2 decades of vascular aging using nothing but a wall. Wall sits activate nearly every muscle fiber in the legs, simultaneously while engaging the core, creating what scientists call global muscle activation. This stimulates the release of myokin's powerful proteins that reduce inflammation, enhance brain function, and protect against age-related disease. To perform them correctly, stand with your back against a wall, feet shoulder-width apart, and about 2 feet forward. Slide down until your thighs are parallel to the floor. Knees at 90 degrees. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds while breathing slowly through your nose to increase nitric oxide production, keeping blood vessels elastic and youthful. Over time, work up to 60 to 90 seconds. Every 20 seconds, press your back harder into the wall for 5 seconds. This intensifies the contraction and boosts IGF-1 production by an additional 40%, a hormone critical for muscle, bone, and brain health. Perform 3 to 4 rounds every other day, ideally in the evening, when growth hormone release supports deeper sleep and cellular regeneration. Advanced variations include single-leg wall sits, which dramatically improve balance and proprioception, reducing fall risk by up to 35%. Wall sits also stimulate bone-building osteoblasts, increasing bone density by 1 to 2% per year, reversing typical age-related bone loss. Next is an exercise that targets a muscle fiber most people don't even realize they're losing, the one responsible for power, stability, and youthful movement. Exercise number 4. Stair steps. Your household stairs are a hidden fountain of youth. Step-ups uniquely target fast-twitch muscle fibers, which typically shrink by up to 50% between ages 50 and 80. Research shows this loss ISNT. Step-ups can rebuild these fibers, 2 levels seen in people 15 to 20 years younger. A University of Sydney study following 5,000 older adults found those who regularly climbed stairs had a 38% lower risk of premature death and cardiovascular fitness, comparable to people a decade younger. Step-ups build functional strength by lifting your full body weight against gravity, exactly how you move in daily life. This preserves neural pathways that normally deteriorate with age. Place 1 foot fully on a stair, push through your heel to stand tall, then slowly lower yourself back down. That controlled descent triggers 40% more muscle protein synthesis than the upward phase. Add a knee drive at the top to activate your core and improve coordination. 3 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions per leg, 3 times per week. Increase Bomax by 17% in just 8 weeks, equivalent to reversing 10 years of cardiovascular aging. Step-ups also triggered powerful hormonal responses, increasing testosterone and growth hormone far more than upper body movements. You can progress by adding light weight, increasing step height, or performing explosive variations. Perform them in the afternoon for optimal strength, and follow with protein to maximize muscle repair. Metabolically, step-ups increase insulin sensitivity by 28% and elevate calorie burn for up to 14 hours. Now for the most underrated anti-aging movement used by elite athletes. Exercise number 3. Floor bridge progressions. The floor bridge activates more anti-aging pathways at once than almost any other exercise. It strengthens the posterior chain of muscles that keep you upright and mobile, and targets the gluteus maximus, the strongest predictor of long-term independence. European Spine Journal studies show bridges improve spinal disc hydration and height, reversing years of compression seen in MRI scans. Begin lying on your back, knees bent, feet flat. Drive through your heels, lift your hips, and form a straight line from shoulders to knees. Holding this position while breathing deeply increases growth hormone by up to 180%. Single-leg bridges double the workload and activate stabilizer muscles that reduce fall risk by 42%. Sequence matters. Start with 2 sets of standard bridges. Progress to single-leg bridges. Then add marching bridges. These rebuild neuromuscular coordination and balance. Hormonal studies show increases in testosterone and DHEA, while lowering cortisol, creating an optimal environment for repair. Advanced variations strengthen the pelvic floor and improve circulation to the brain, enhancing cognitive function. Morning bridges activate posture all day. Evening bridges improve sleep. They also restore fascial elasticity, preventing stiffness that makes movement feel old. Now for an exercise that burns more calories than running without damaging joints. Exercise number 2. Shadowboxing. Shadowboxing combines cardio, coordination, and neurological training. UCLA researchers found it increases BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, by 250%, stimulating new brain cell growth. Adults over 60 who shadowboxed for 15 minutes, 3 times per week, improved reaction time by 40%, balance by 33%, and cognitive speed by 28% in just 8 weeks. Shadowboxing trains metabolic flexibility through alternating bursts and recovery, restoring energy systems that decline with age. Start with a balanced stance. Perform jab cross combinations and stay light on your feet. Progress to hooks, uppercuts, and defensive movements. Studies show it burns more calories than jogging, elevates metabolism for 24 hours, and improves spinal mobility by 35%. Adding music enhances intensity and adherence. Finally, the most powerful exercise ever studied for reversing aging. Exercise number 1, breath-powered bodyweight squats. When performed with specific breathing, bodyweight squats trigger genetic patterns identical to people up to 15 years younger. A Stanford study of 3,000 participants showed improvements in every aging biomarker measure: mitochondrial function, inflammation, cognition, and DNA methylation. Inhale deeply as you descend. Hold briefly at the bottom. Exhale slowly and forcefully as you rise. This breathing pattern activates longevity genes, increases red blood cell production, and stimulates the vagus nerve. Perform descending ladder sets from 10 to 1. Advanced pauses activate antioxidant regulators and heat shock proteins. The repair damaged cells. Hormones peak hours later and remain elevated all day. Barefoot squats improve balance and reduce fall risk by 58%. After 8 weeks, participants regained strength levels comparable to people decades younger. Your anti-aging journey starts today. These movements are not exercise, they are medicine. Start with 1. Master it. Add the rest. In less than 30 minutes a day, you can reclaim strength, balance, and confidence. If this changed how you think about aging, subscribe for more science-based breakthroughs. Thanks for watching.